What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got a story that's going to blow your mind and maybe even change the way you think about your own career. Imagine this: 1 year ago, you're a barber, working long hours, making ends meet, but feeling like you're stuck on a hamster wheel. Fast forward just 12 months, and you're running a six-figure online brand. Sounds like a fantasy, right? Well, it's the real story of a friend of mine, let's call him Alex, who went from being a broke barber to an online entrepreneur, and he did it all in just 1 year. So, how did he do it? It wasn't about a lucky break or some secret formula. It was about a radical shift in mindset, a clever business model, and learning some tough lessons along the way. In this video, I'm going to break down his entire journey, step by step. We're going to dive into the exact mindset he adopted, the business model that made it all possible, and the crucial lessons he learned so you can apply them to your own life. Stick around, because this isn't just a story, it's a blueprint. Let's start with the most important piece of the puzzle: mindset. Before Alex made a single dollar online, he had to completely rewire his brain. As a barber, he was trading time for money. One haircut equals a fixed amount. If he didn't work, he didn't earn. This is the trap so many of us are in. The first major shift for Alex was realizing that his income didn't have to be directly tied to his hours. He had to stop thinking like an employee and start thinking like a business owner. What does that mean, exactly? It means seeing your skills not just as a service to perform, but as knowledge to be packaged and sold. Alex was an amazing barber, but his real value wasn't just in the haircuts he gave, it was in his expertise. He knew how to fade, how to style, how to consult with clients, how to maintain tools. He possessed a decade of knowledge that other aspiring barbers would pay to learn. This is the key. He shifted from "I cut hair" to "I teach people how to cut hair." He embraced the idea of creating an asset, something that could make him money even while he was sleeping. That's the difference between trading time for money and building a brand that works for you. The second part of this mindset shift was overcoming the fear of putting himself out there. Like many of us, Alex was worried about what people would think. Who am I to teach this? I'm just a regular barber. He had massive imposter syndrome. But he made a conscious decision to push through it. He understood that you don't need to be the world's #1 expert to teach something. You just need to know more than the person you're teaching. He focused on helping people who were just a few steps behind him on their journey. He started small, sharing tips and tricks on social media, and slowly built his confidence as he saw the positive feedback rolling in. So, with this new mindset, what was the actual business model? This is where it gets really interesting. Alex didn't just randomly post videos. He followed a very specific, 3-stage strategy. Stage 1 was all about building an audience and providing value for free. He chose one platform, Instagram, in his case, and he committed to it. He didn't try to be everywhere at once. He focused on creating high-quality, short-form videos, quick tutorials on fading techniques, tips for client consultations, and behind-the-scenes looks at his life as a barber. He wasn't selling anything at this point. The only goal was to build a community of people who trusted him and looked to him for advice. He engaged with every single comment. He answered DMs. He treated his small but growing audience like gold. This is a step that so many people skip. They want to make money from day one, but they haven't earned the right to ask for the sale yet. Alex spent a solid 4 to 5 months just giving. He established himself as a go-to authority in the online barbering space. He built the foundation. Now for stage 2, monetization. Once he had a loyal following of a few thousand people, he introduced his first paid product. But he didn't go for some huge, expensive course right away. He started with what's called a tripwire offer. It was a small, low-cost digital product, a detailed PDF guide on the top 5 fading mistakes and how to fix them for just $7. The price was a no-brainer for his audience. The purpose of this wasn't to get rich, it was to change the relationship from a follower to a customer. Getting someone to pull out their credit card for the first time, even for a small amount, is a huge psychological step. It builds trust and proves that his audience is willing to pay for his expertise. This initial product brought in a few $1,000s, which was amazing, but more importantly, it validated his business model. Stage 3 was the core offer. After the success of his small guide, he knew his audience was ready for something more comprehensive. He spent the next 2 months creating his signature online course, the Modern Barber Blueprint. This was his flagship product. It covered everything from beginner techniques to advanced styling, client management, and even how to build your own personal brand as a barber. He priced it at $297. Because he had already provided so much free value and had proven his worth with the smaller product, the launch was a massive success. He had built up so much trust and anticipation that when he finally opened the doors to the course, people were lining up to buy it. Within the first week, he did over $30,000 in sales. And because it's a digital product, his profit margins were incredibly high. Over the next 6 months, he continued to promote the course, refine his marketing, and create more free content to attract new people into his world. The course became the engine of his 6-figure business. He went from earning about $40,000 a year as a barber, working tirelessly on his feet, to earning over $150,000 in his first year online, with the freedom to work from anywhere. This model, free value first, then a small offer, followed by a core offer, is a proven path that can be applied to almost any skill or industry. Of course, the journey wasn't all smooth sailing. Alex learned some critical lessons along the way that are vital for anyone wanting to follow a similar path. The first, and perhaps biggest, lesson was the power of consistency. There were days he didn't feel like creating content. Days when his videos got very few views. Days when he doubted the whole process. But he showed up anyway. He committed to posting every single day for the first 6 months. That relentless consistency is what separates the people who succeed from those who give up after a few weeks. The algorithm rewards consistency, and your audience learns to expect and rely on you. The second lesson was to not be a perfectionist. His first videos were not great. The lighting was off, the audio wasn't perfect. But he posted them anyway. He understood that done is better than perfect. If he had waited until everything was flawless, he would have never started. He improved over time, learning with each video he made. So many potential creators get paralyzed by the need to be perfect. The key is to start where you are, with what you have, and improve as you go. Your audience will appreciate the authenticity of your journey. The final lesson was the importance of listening to his audience. He didn't just guess what they wanted. He paid close attention to the questions they asked in the comments and DMs. What were they struggling with? What topics got the most engagement? He literally built his products based on their pain points. His $7 guide was a direct answer to the most common fading questions he received. His big course was a comprehensive solution to all the problems his audience shared with him. Your audience will tell you exactly what to sell them if you just listen. So, to recap Alex's incredible journey, it started with a powerful mindset shift from being a time-for-money service provider to a value-providing business owner. He used a smart, three-stage business model: build an audience with free value, introduce a low-cost offer to build trust, and then launch a core offer to scale his income. And he learned the invaluable lessons of consistency over intensity, progress over perfection, and the absolute necessity of listening to your audience. This story isn't about some once-in-a-lifetime fluke. It's a testament to what's possible when you combine a valuable skill with a smart strategy and an unwavering work ethic. Whether you're a barber, a personal trainer, a baker, or a musician, there are people out there who want to learn what you know. You have a 6-figure brand inside of you waiting to be built. I hope this story has inspired you and given you some actionable ideas for your own journey. It all starts with that first step. What's one piece of knowledge you have that you could share with the world? Thanks so much for watching today. If you got any value from this video, I'd be so grateful if you'd hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from Alex's story. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep building.